Good morning, folks. Good to see you all. So today, I'm walking at the ranch instead of my normal walking location, and just had a fantastic morning. So I want to share it with you because it has me thinking, as usual. So let me give you a little backdrop. So as you know, I've shared before, I am divorced. My family has been broken by a divorce and impacted by divorce. And so, the times that I have with my children is not full time anymore. We share time. And so last night I was with my daughter after school. I picked her up and we're hanging out. And we butt heads a little bit. In the last week we had butt heads and had some real intense conversations and lovings on one another. And so, I've just been trying to do the dad thing and make sure that we're good. So yesterday we were together, and she said, "Dad, I'm gonna come to work with you." And so I brought her into the headquarters, and she was there while I was training some people. And she said, "Dad, can I make a shirt?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead and make your shirt." So she pulls out a sweatshirt, and so she makes a shirt, and her shirt says Harvard Law School. And now I made her one before for her birthday. She had wanted a Harvard Law School shirt because in the vision for her life, she can see herself being a lawyer. She said, "I can see myself being a lawyer or a trainer." Just different things she can see herself doing. So last night, she pulls out the sweatshirt. We make the Harvard Law sweatshirt. And I was talking to her about school in college. So she's in 8th grade right now. 13 years old. She's in 8th grade, and so we're talking. And I told her, I said, Howard's a good school too. I like to, promote different schools, the HBCUs too. So I was talking to her about Howard, and she said, Dad. She starts giving me statistics on Harvard. And she said, what I was thinking about was, I was thinking that I would go to A&T for undergrad, which is my alma mater. So I'm listening. She said, I was thinking I would go to A&T for undergrad and then go to Harvard after that. I said, "Oh, okay, all right, you got a plan." So she says, I have a plan. She said that, or I might end up out at UCLA. I said, all right, cool. But she's gathering information. She's thinking. She's thinking about her future. So we're talking, and I'm listening to her, and I was sitting there thinking, like, wow, she would say to me that I'm gonna go to A&T, Dad, same college you went to. And I began thinking, oh man, that's influence. Today, as I was feeding the horses, I'm standing in the barn and I'm feeding the horses, realizing that the reason that I'm standing there is because my oldest daughter, she had a dream, and she asked me when she was 5 years old to get her a horse. "Dad, will you get me a horse?" 5 years old. "Yeah, sure, I'll get you a horse when you turn 7. That's what I told her. I said, "When you turn 7, I'll get you a horse." Thinking 2 years, she'll probably forget. She said, "I want to be a vet, so I want a horse." I said, "Okay, cool, I'll get you a horse." 2 years later, she asked me twice in between being 5 and 7 about a horse. She asked me once around when she was 6, and then right before she turned 7. "Am I going to still get this horse, Dad?" I said, "Yeah, you're going to still get the horse. I'm going to get it." And so that little guy out there, the real small one, Max, the dark one, he was the first horse that I bought. And I began thinking, man, that was a moment of influence. And I'm talking to my son Samuel, and we're talking about things yesterday. We talk about leadership, and I talk about him. And so I'm trying to give you a backdrop of influence. Because at the same time, they see me on social media. They see me working with the different platforms. I'm talking to them about Instagram, and newly I've been talking to them about TikTok and just the different platforms. And all throughout society now we hear about being influencers. That's the big word, being an influencer. And I was thinking, my influence at home is really, that matters a lot. And so I'm listening to them and realizing, man, I'm having influence. And so I was thinking about my daughter, and as I was thinking about her and talking to her, she's a well-informed person. You know, you might, at other times, you might have wanted to call her nosy. And I told her this. I said, sometimes, you know, I said, you're just nosy, girl. You get the scoop on everything. I said, wow. I said, you are well-informed. And so I was talking to Samantha. She's the well-informed one. So I said, Samantha, you are well-informed. And I'm talking to her. I said, you know what you can do? And I began speaking to her dreams. I said, you know what you can do? I said, you don't have to wait. I said, right now, what you can start to do is you can start to be the person that knows stuff. And you can start a little channel or start a little show where you're informing people about stuff. And I began talking to her. I said, you know about sports? And she said, yeah, I know. She said, I know the NCAA is going to do this. And she's telling me stuff. And I'm asking her, I said, well, how do you know that? How do you know that the NCAA is going to start allowing athletes to get paid? And she's giving me this information. And so I was excited to tell her. I said, you know, there's a place for you in the world with the way that you gather information. I said, yeah, being a lawyer. I said, all this stuff, it can work for you. And I was telling her, I said, you can begin. I said, you don't have to wait. I said, you can gather information, you can share it, just encouraging her to have a vision, right? And so I was thinking about different people, and some of the people that came to mind. I thought about Cari Champion and Jemele Hill. And these women are women that are on ESPN, and they've been on major networks, and they have their own shows and programmings. And I thought, man, how tremendous is it to have an example? And so I'm standing in the barn, and I say, all right, I'm going to send Jemele Hill and Cari Champion a tweet. So I tweet out to them. I tweet out to them, thank you. And I'll include the image of the tweet. But I tweeted out to them, thank you. Thank you for being women that push past whatever obstacles they may have had to achieve the dream that they're living. Because for me as a dad, to be able to hold them up as examples to my young daughter who's 13, it's a big deal. You see, it's very important for people to see people that look like them having success. And so it doesn't matter, it's not limited just to the color of your skin. Like, it's important for little round kids to see round people having success, and really thin people to see thin people having. It's important for someone to see someone that looks like them. And so for my little brown daughter to be able to see these ladies, these women that look like bigger versions of themselves, of herself, it's a big deal. So I wanted to thank them because I know they paid a price. And so as I was thinking about being a father of influence, I thought about this. It's always going to cost you. It's always going to cost you to achieve. Whatever it is, you want to achieve influence, it's going to cost you. You're going to have to pay the price. I think about it. Every month I have to pay bills for different things. For dreams to be achieved, for the ranch to be here, for them to go to play sports or do what they do, you're going to have to pay a price. And I know those women, they paid a price. And anyone that we see that's achieved, they paid a price. But I specifically was thanking them because I was able to hold them up. And I thought about this. I said, I sent out the message, sent out the tweet, Cari Champion, Jemele Hill. And within minutes, Cari Champion had responded to me. And she said, thank you. And I saw her name, and I saw that check mark, that blue check mark, meaning that it was really her. And I thought, that's pretty awesome. It's awesome that a person of influence, seen as a person of influence, would respond to someone giving them thanks. And she responded. And I began thinking. I said, man, this is going to have a big impact on my daughter's day. Because when I show her the message and she sees the blue check mark, she's going to say, wow, my dad was courageous enough to talk to somebody that's famous, right? And I am, because love makes you bold. Love causes you to go for it. Love causes you to get outside of your comfort zone and reach out to people that you may not normally have even interacted with. So I reached out to them and just wanted to let them know that I was appreciative of what they've done in their life. Why? Because I want to be a father of influence. See, the check mark that they give me as my children, that matters. And yeah, I love talking to all of you. And I was thinking, yeah, I want to be the influence in your life that you say, man, I like hearing from that guy makes a difference in my day. It causes me to go to another level. It causes me to dream bigger or to put forth the effort needed to achieve my dreams. Yeah, I want to be that person of influence. Make no mistake about it. But it costs. To be a person of influence costs. It costs. Sometimes you make the videos and nobody watches. Maybe one person. But it costs. And it's worth it though. It's worth it to pay the price, because you never know when someone's watching you. See, those women, they didn't necessarily do what they were doing because my daughter would be watching them. They didn't know when they began their journey and their education and whatever they did, they didn't know that someone would be watching them and dreaming because of them. But today, I believe in my heart, when my daughter sees that message, she's going to dream just a little bit bigger because those women paid the price. But I also pay the price. See, when you put yourself out there, when you extend yourself, you're paying the price. And that price, it matters. It matters. It makes a difference. So don't think for a second that as you're going through life, when you choose not to do something, that you're not causing something to happen. You are. When you stay on the sidelines, your inactivity is causing something to happen. You're changing the energy of your world. That's not where influence is found. Influence is going to be a matter of you at some point standing up to the obstacle and saying, I'm going to keep on pushing even though this thing is in my way. I began to cry. I wasn't like little crying. I was having an ugly cry in the middle of the barn when Cari Champion sent me that message back. And you know why? Because when your family goes through a divorce and everything is turned upside down, and you're questioning everything about yourself, whether or not you made the right decision, how is this going to impact your kids' lives, like everything. You wonder, did I just fail them all? And so I was standing there, and I know that every day I'm thinking about their dreams, I'm thinking about their hopes, I'm thinking about their aspirations, what they want to achieve. Every day I'm thinking about this. I'm making decisions. I'm sacrificing one thing or doing another thing every day for their betterment. And then you reach out to someone who, is seen all around the world, has achieved at a high level, and you reach out to them to say thank you. And they respond. I could cry now, but I'm not. And it was like God just saying, I still got you. That's a big deal. Like that I would have the help. That it's not all completely wrecked, and that my dreams and visions for being this dad of influence that hasn't ruined their lives still can be achieved. That my passion to see them achieve all that they're destined to achieve can still be fulfilled. That one person's response, that response made a world of difference for me. And it broke me. It broke me down. And the tears are flowing because I was just appreciative. And so, I guess for you, realize this. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's depending on you to achieve your dreams, to go for your dreams, to extend yourself beyond your circumstances. You don't know who's watching you. And somebody is connected to you. Someone is connected to your dreams. Someone is connected to what your assignment in life is. And if you don't do it, they won't have the example because you weren't there. Jemele Hill, Cari Champion, they're there. They were there for me when I needed them. And it's pretty awesome. They didn't know they were going to be there for me, but they were there for me when I needed them. When I needed an example, they were there. I'm just going to encourage you to be that example too. In whatever sphere of influence you have, be the influence that you are supposed to be, because someone's life someone's life is going to be impacted by you. So, go out there, have a great day, dominate life, and become the person of influence you're destined to be. I'm B.A. Shepherd, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. See ya.